the lovely campus of Southeastern. We are here with Coach Bird, and throughout the season we're going to be doing some football shows with Coach Bird, getting to know the Mustangs. And Coach, we always kind of want to kick these things off. Just take us through this off season, what that's looked like for you guys. I know you've been very busy preparing for this upcoming season. You guys have had some success here over the last 4 years. You made it to the second round of the playoffs or better, and so things are looking up here, Coach. And I know this is the kind of like Christmas Eve, right, so to speak, with a lot of people this time of year. But just take us through what's been going on in the Mustang country.
Well, we love to do spring, like to be physical in the spring. So we had a spring game set up. So we ended up with a really long spring because our opponent decided that wasn't good for them to have a spring. So he had to cancel the game. So we had to move back a week. So I ended up with a really long spring, had to drag it out to stay there 10 days. And so we ended up playing at a jamboree with 3 other teams. Claiborne County worked us in, so we played Huffman, Sachs, and Claiborne County all in one night. So we got a good look at a lot of different stuff, and had a really good long spring, but a good spring. And I felt like we played real good coming out of that. So that led into our summer, where we just try to stay in shape and get ready for the season. A lot of our guys played basketball, so June we had a really good workout, and then once we got into July and started our 7-on-7 stuff, I thought we were successful. We got kind of what we wanted out of it. We worry about physicality in the spring, kind of make sure we get the guys where we think they should be, and then we work on the execution, make sure we work on passing all summer. So it's kind of run in the spring, pass in the summer. So we put that all together, and we're excited to get started. Yes, I got I think I can't quite remember. I think 6 returning starters on defense and 8 returning starters on offense. So we're in good shape, and most of those guys were playmakers on. So we're excited. And at times this year, we should end up with about 9 guys that are seniors on defense. So we should be a veteran crew, and just got to get better. And we're excited about it. And we've been successful, and I think the kids expect to win. It makes it easier to push them when they do expect to win. So we're just excited and ready. It's been a long spring, and of course summer's always long, and so just trying to get to that first game healthy.
Coach, this is 7th season coming up for you here at Southeastern.
8th.
8th season coming up.
I had 7.
You completed 7. Okay,
yes, sir.
It's 8. What do you think the secret to success is? And I know we live in what I call a microwave society. Everybody wants it quick, fast, in a hurry, but you've kind of done that here. I mean, in under a decade, you've had some really good success for a team that's just started up like that.
Well, like my first groups, and I'll credit them, my first teams in 18, they were a spread, tried to get athletes in space, but really didn't have the size to do that, I felt. So we ran wing T my first year, under center, vanilla wing T, but it matched our personnel great. And I was from down Highway 43. I don't know if where defensive linemen are really fast, more than they're big. So I brought some of the stuff that we did from 43 because I had plenty of speed and small guys, but no big guys. So that all worked out, and they bought into blocking down and getting in somebody's hip and moving them out, and instead of the glory of whatever, and they just worked hard. And if you work hard at that and execute well, you'll be successful. You may not win, but you're not going to get blown out. You're not going to be hot clocked, and which was when I got here, that was one of our goals was not to have a running clock. If that made that's kind of what we had taken over. And they bought in, had some success early. If they'd had a better coach that first year, we'd have probably made the playoffs. It's the only year they haven't made the playoffs. But
that's crazy. That's actually pretty awesome, though.
Yeah, if I was better, it was my first head coach as a football, so I'd been coaching baseball forever, but I'd made some mistakes and so it's really my fault that we didn't make the playoffs that first year, more than the kids. But but they've bought in, and that tradition never graduates kind of thing, kind of their legacy. Those guys that were here on 18 are still showing up in the weight room.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're open sidelines, open field house. They get once you're a Mustang, you can come in here and do.
You're a Mustang for life.
That's it. They can come in here. This is their house. They can come in it.
Coach, we talked about off camera about when you got here, guys working outside, working out. I mean, having
prison yard.
Yeah, prison yard type stuff. But talk about the character and how that actually built some of the foundation for these Mustang teams, and even to this day, where they're like, hey man, this is what we had to do. This is what we had to endure to get to where we were. So talk about that.
Yeah, so my 18 and 19, those guys come in and say I'm spoiling them when I put walls. We had a fence around. The weights were outside. We had a cover over it, but it was chain link fence, and so if it was lightning, we couldn't work out, and if it was raining, we could only use half of it. But when I came in, I had a few seniors buy in, but mainly, I think I had 22 kids my first year, and it was a lot of freshmen. And I had some seniors that said, hey, we want to be successful. And of course, we won a few games early, which helped everything. And it's grown since then, but just being physical, we were just really physical. Those 22 guys were really physical. We were really going after that old Pike County look,
Oh, yeah.
And and so those ninth graders were really strong. That's the ones that we made it to the quarterfinals their senior year. But, it's a young program. I'd only been around programs with big traditions, and all the places I've been have been successful, big traditions. So a school not having a tradition and having to build, and we used to preach legacy all the time, like, what are you leaving? What's on the wall for you? What are you? So we've just built on that, and they take pride in all because they've accomplished a lot in a short time. It had nothing to do with me, but it was, the kids buying in.
I think it had a little bit to do with, Coach.
I was just here.
Being modest.
I'm just here.
Coach, now let's fast forward a little bit. You've kind of established now. You've got some toughness obviously established now. You've got some tradition growing now. I mean, if you guys don't go to the playoffs, people are going to be like, what in the world's going on after what you're doing? So you're definitely heading in the right direction. Talk about the mindset of this particular team heading into this fall.
Yeah, the expectations are a privilege. I mean, they expect to win or whatever, but I think last year, and I've talked about this a few times with them, and I bring it up all the time, we weren't ready at the beginning of the season. It was partially my fault not having them in shape, and of course you can't get in game shape, I believe, until you have the pads on. But we really struggled our first 3 games just with conditioning, and we had some trouble in some spots that we had some guys out of position. So we spent those first 3 games kind of figuring out who we were and where we were going. So when we're out here running wind sprints or whatever, I can say, hey, remember last year, all those regrets that we were just out of gas and lost some games. It wasn't that we lost the games, we just weren't competitive in the second half. We would be in good shape in the first half, and you could just tell we ran out of gas. So that was my fault, and the seniors helped me make sure the kids are here. I put a lot on the seniors, and so they don't want it to happen again either. And then we didn't finish, and this is one of the other things that they think of more than the first 3 games was the last game, where we played a super intelligent team. They outplayed us, but we had a chance to win it. We had a chance to steal it, and we just couldn't finish. In a time when you want to finish, you couldn't finish, and that hurts them because they could see it there. We had opportunities to put it away, but we couldn't finish it, and they did, and it stuck with them. Of course, they were a semifinal team. So.
Yeah. What was your takeaways from that though, Coach? You always, as a coach, I know you had to get some carrots out of that. How we're not going to come in out of shape this year and things like that. Takeaways from that.
That is the first time I felt like that we've been in. I've never, since I've been here, I hadn't encountered that problem.
Gotcha.
Till then, it kind of caught me by surprise. because I never noticed it, and I don't know if we were just better or we had more sub. It was just something about last year's bunch that either I thought they were prepared and weren't, or we picked up a college program and did the college program running. So, I mean, it's just something we got to toughen up to do. And I still believe game shape comes from wearing pads, but you can get in shape, but you're still going to be tired and hot. I mean, we've ran all summer, and then we come out here, and the sun comes out, and we're still struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just something about the pads and squeezing your chest and being able to breathe, and something you got to get used to. But we're definitely better off than we were last year.
Yeah. Prepare for what you're going to battle with, so to speak.
And then just that mindset of finishing. I mean, that game helps me be able to push that.
It's kind of like dangling a carrot.
Absolutely. But they know when you say finish, it's not like they don't know what you're talking about. They can go back and watch that game just like we have a few times. Like, what could have been?
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
That's something you get to, hey, let's go do those extra reps in the weight room. Let's run that extra.
Right. You can't let a loss go to waste.
100%. That's right. Well, all the great coaches, they don't even remember all the wins, but they can almost, to a T, remember their losses to a T. You know that as a head coach. You know what I'm talking about. Coach, a few more questions before I get you out of here. I know you guys have got another busy day here today. I like to break this thing down. Talk to us a little bit specifically. Let's start with special teams. It's always an X factor in football games, and a lot of times it gets overlooked, but I can't tell you how many games have been won and lost on the special teams. Talk to us about your special teams.
Well, I think most of our opponents probably hate my special teams. I'm an engineer by trade, so I do a lot of analytical analysis, so we end up with some crazy sets, and I know our kickoff challenges people. We do a lot of onside kicks, and if we can pin you deep, we can, and it's just kind of according to what kind of kickers and players I have. I really try to do a lot of it in the summer so that we can run through it. We're pretty vanilla. What we try to do is just be sound, but I lost all my kickers, so it's going to be some adventures out there right now.
You got some guys that's going to have to step up.
Absolutely, yes. A bunch of new guys we're going to be a new punter. Our field goal kicker's back, but we're kind of team that goes for two if he's struggling. So, but our kickoff is still a challenge.
Absolutely.
We'll give up a touchdown in a heartbeat for some reason.
Yeah.
So we try to make it challenging on people.
And that's
I can't kick it deep. I mean, we can't kick it past the 20.
Yeah.
If you kick it straight to them on the 20, I expect to score. So,
yeah, for sure.
We're trying to stay away from that.
Oh, absolutely, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's go to talk about your defense now, Coach.
All right.
You just open floor. Let's hear what your thoughts is on this upcoming defense.
When I first got here, we built everything here on defense. The best athlete, whatever defense needs, they get. And Coach Matt Lipscomb, he's my defense coordinator. I guess he's been here about 4 years, so he does a really good job. I used to do it. I'm glad he's doing it now. We just want to get after it. We do 3 and out, attacking defense. We like a 3-4, but we'll do a 4-3 if we need to, whatever makes us true. And he does a great job. He gets the guys prepared. So they play hard. A lot of senior leadership. All my linebackers are seniors. Got to find some defensive linemen, and I'm excited about them. I think they'll struggle a little bit at times just because we've got so many guys trying to work in there. But once they figure it out, we play one region game in the first 4 games. So that's kind of what helps us last year was
you can plug and play and move
4
people.
games, and the one guy that was the really good Coosa team.
Gotcha.
So, we learned a lot in that game. They're real powerful, real strong team. So we got to learn a lot on how to handle
the ability to get to move guys around and try.
You know what it's going to take.
Yeah.
Because at some point, if you want to make it to a state championship game, you got to play them again. So
yeah.
I mean, it's a good measuring stick. You may think you're the best lineman or whatever around till you face some dudes and find out what it really takes.
I learned that the hard way in school. I used to think I was invincible.
That's right. They're all teenage boys, so they all feel that a little bit.
Yeah, I got popped. I was a basketball guy mainly, but I got destroyed a couple times on the court, and I learned I wasn't the biggest dog in the yard. Coach, and then it takes me over to your offense, and I know everybody. To me, it puts butts in seats, and it does win some games, but it definitely sells tickets. But talk to us about this offense.
Well, I get to call the offense, being Coach Andrews. He does a good job. He kind of handles the passing game, and I handle the running side of it. And we like to do a lot of different sets. We try to scheme to put our guys in the best spot possible. I'm a gap scheme guy. I like the angle block. I don't usually have really big linemen, but we're excited this year. Most of our line is returning starters and a lot of seniors on it, and we roll a lot of guys through there. So we're about 7 or 8 deep on the offensive line. Yes, it is, and we were able to move some of our guys that are normally in that rotation to tight end. So we think we're going to be really good at tight end too. So that helps us, and we're one of the few teams that uses a tight end. So, but and then running back wise, we're getting beat up in the off season, but I think our skills, Jericho Pendleton back at quarterback, and then we've got everybody's returning really in our skill spot, but we're thin there, and we're just got to stay healthy in the skill, even though we're having trouble with that in the off season. But
no doubt,
it's the injury bug kind of seems like it's in my skill right now. So.
Oh, it happens.
Yeah, it does.
It happens more than you know, and
yeah.
People don't understand it happens in the off season just as much as in the season.
Yeah, practicing football, you can get banged up.
No doubt.
So.
I've seen guys out there on the air
yes.
go down with injuries and stuff, and that's definitely something you don't want to see.
That's correct.
Coach, finally, just final thoughts overall this upcoming season, something we may have missed during this interview.
Oh, no. I mean, we're just excited and ready to get going. We're real excited to be working with you.
Hey, I appreciate you, Coach.
Yeah,
appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to more of it. And
that's right.
Can't wait for our first Friday night.
That's right. And Coach, each and every week we will be here to recap last week's game and then talk about the upcoming week's game as well. So we'll keep people informed. Any kind of information you guys need throughout the week, we don't mind helping out with that as well, fundraisers, whatever. So, and then also this will be kind of a mouthpiece for your program each week with the coaches' show, so you can tell the fans, hey, we're doing this early, or we got this fundraiser, or we're doing this in honor of so-and-so. It's a good way to keep the fans informed, so each and every week this will be out. So we'll be on Average Joe Sports Talk YouTube page, Average Joe Sports Talk's Facebook page. You'll be sharing on both.
Great.
So you guys can find it. And, Coach, I appreciate you sitting in on this first episode here. We're going to get some guys in here, and that's going to do it for our preseason wrap-up show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Coach. All right, we are here on campus at Southeastern, and I got 3 players in with me right now, and I'm going to let these gentlemen introduce themselves at this time.
Daniel Pruitt, senior, center.
Isaac McGuire, senior, running back.
Caleb Young, senior, tight end.
All right. Guys, believe it or not, football season's here already. I mean, it's insane to think. It seems like summer gets shorter and shorter each and every year. I always like to kind of start these things out. Take us through your summer and what that looked like individually for you. Any one of you can start.
Well, the summer, it kind of went by fast, but normally I would end up going to work and coming straight here. But we had fun during the summer. We worked out, ran some plays, and we just had fun.
Yeah, I'd say we took this summer pretty seriously. We really focused on conditioning this year just to prepare for the season. Working out every day we're up here and like 4 times a week and coming in, getting extra reps when we can. Because to have a good program, you can't just work with like the team. You know, you got to come in here and get some time by yourself and call up your friend, tell them we need to come up here and hit the weight room as much as we can.
Like they were saying, definitely a much different summer than what we normally have. Definitely a lot more work and conditioning and time, effort.
You guys have had some success the last 4 years, made it to the second round of the playoffs at least, and advanced. Talk about that a little bit. There's a standard here. You know, the program itself is kind of in its infancy stages compared to some of these around here. But you guys, in a short period of time, have set a tradition and set a standard for moving forward that you guys have to hold up to.
I think it's definitely a tradition that we have to hold up to because even when I was a freshman, I started on varsity, and every single year we've made it to the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's expected to make it to the playoffs, but I really think this summer, you know, as much as we've been working and coming up this fall camp we've been doing, we're trying to take it a step further than the second round and stuff and all of that this year.
Yeah, like making the playoffs is technically a tradition for us now. So we're going to have to aim for higher, and we're aiming for the championship. So
You got to keep rolling. Now, all you guys are seniors, correct?
yes, sir.
I like asking seniors this. Like, you can look at it one of two different ways. The first thing I always look at is, did you guys ever realize that this day was coming? That like, this is my last, first game of the season. This is my last this and that. Has it sunk in that you guys are seniors yet?
It hasn't sank in with me yet. I can tell you that now. Like, I knew it was coming, but I didn't know it was going to come this fast.
Right. Correct.
Yeah, man, this happens too fast. That we playing freshman year, enjoying it, looking forward to coming upperclassmen, and before you know it, it's here, and you're the leaders of the team, and you gotta lead because it comes fast, and you gotta make sure to keep everybody right.
I think it's definitely something in for me that I'm a senior now, but the feelings of this is my last first game and all that still hasn't came to me yet.
Yeah.
But definitely have to step up and be a leader, all that for the younger ones.
The other way, the other end of the spectrum I was going to talk about when you're a senior, have you looked at it as, hey, I remember when I was a freshman looking up to those seniors and thinking, man, that dude, he's this and he's that, man, and just kind of being in awe of those guys when y'all were younger, but now you were those guys. You were the leaders of this team. Has that sunk in with you yet?
That's definitely something for me because I want to be a good role model for these younger ones who are coming up in their next years, and I think it's just important for them.
Yeah, I think that part's definitely sunk in. Now that we're getting close to this season and all these younger guys are looking up to us and ready to do stuff the way we do it, so it's definitely sunk in for me too.
Yeah, like these two said, it's been a while, but I remember first P coming on varsity. We had a lot of people to look up to, and now these kids here have people to look up to too.
What do you want your legacy to be, your personal legacy, not the senior class, but your personal legacy to be here at Southeastern when you leave? You want people to look back and say, what about you, so to speak?
That he tried his hardest. He was part of that team, part of that family.
Absolutely.
I would like for people to see my legacy as not only just a great football player, but a great man as well. And, when a younger guy don't know what he's doing, I'd always be the one to help him out and tell him what to do. And if he messes up a play, to just show him how to do it and not beat him down about it.
Heck yeah.
Just like they said. But I also want to be remembered as someone who always played with a lot of aggressiveness.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a lost art in today's form sometimes. Not everybody plays that way. It's a different generation nowadays, so to speak. A couple more questions before I get you guys out of here. For those who's never been to a game here at Southeastern, describe a Friday night here in the fall when, the band's playing, the weather's a little bit cooler, and this place is getting rowdy. Describe what that's like playing out here in this atmosphere.
Yeah. Under the lights, it's fun. Sometimes we have hard times, sometimes we have great times. Normally, you'll just see us goofing off, having fun, but that's all football is about, mainly.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah, it's awesome coming and playing on these Friday nights, and I think fans really enjoy it because we get them rivalry games, and those are always real chippy and talkative, but really pretty much all of our games are like that. Usually we got a lot of back and forth going on, and you'll see some good football for sure.
Like they were saying. But it gets wild out here on Friday nights, especially.
I like it.
One last question. All you guys get to answer this one. Let's say you guys have kids, and then they have kids, grandkids, and they go back and watch this video. What's a guarantee you can give your teammates and your coaches that you're going to do to help this football team achieve its goals this year personally?
I can guarantee that the effort and the time and energy is there, and that we're going to make it far this season.
Yeah, I'd say the energy's definitely going to be very high this year, and we're going to make a run for it this year. I'm going to do all I can to run that ball, play defense. You know, we're going to stop them. We're going to be hitting this year.
Yeah, we're going to bring a lot of energy this year, but I'm guarantee I'm going to bring my hardest, and I'm going to make sure my heart is poured out on that field this year.
You leave it out there on the field.
Yeah.
I like it. Kind of Varsity Blues-esque right there. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. It's before your time. Y'all probably seen it. Guys, I appreciate you sitting in. Looking forward to covering with you guys this year and being on the show with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.